All right, hi there, friends. Your good friend once again, Marvin. Thank you for joining me. Thank you for coming across this channel, this YouTube channel. You are very welcome. Welcome on board. If you haven't subscribed, I invite you to subscribe and support the growth of this work and the outreach. Share this video as much as you can, wide as you can. So again, today I want to share something else. It's not new, but just kind of adding to things that I'm trying to drum up. I'm of the conviction, I'm fully convinced without any reasonable doubt. I think I've shared with you guys that the first time I was told that I was a Hebrew or Israelite and things like that, I could not relate with it. The first person that told me that this was a woman, I just thought she's got a demon. But I've done enough work, background research and things like that, looked into scripture and even just book material, historical material. And there's no question whatsoever that dark-skinned people are the chosen people of God. But I want to play you two videos of two testimonies of people testifying that indeed the chosen people of God are the dark-skinned people of African origin, including African Americans, and maybe mostly African Americans who were taken into slavery. But there's also other people groups, if I can use that term, because we've been classified into races now, so we kind of need to refer to those races time and again, even though the whole idea of races, the race theory, is a hoax. We know that. But there are other people groups that also fall into this category of the true chosen people of God. But I want you to see this clip, first of all, of this woman who breaks it down so well, or puts it so well. Watch this clip and I'll come back.
I'm already emotional. My name is Marie, and I have something that's really, I have to get it out. The Lord is telling me something I need to share. I need you to listen with open ears and an open mind. Okay? This is from the Lord. I was watching some clips on what people are calling a hate group. The Hebrew Israelites that were protesting. And while I don't agree with the language and the form of the anger, but they were speaking truth. The Hebrew Israelites, God's chosen people, are what we call African American. Okay, they're not African and they're not American. They are God's chosen people, as well as the Indians and the Mexicans. And if it's the first time you're hearing this, you need to read the Bible. Look at this. The proof is in the Bible, in genetics. Anyways, you need to read. Okay, you need to pray about this. So, I was just praying about this, and I was just really heartbroken by how they were received and how they were, putting themselves across, And this song comes on. I'm driving to work, and the song comes on the radio. Good Father. And the Lord, His Spirit came over me. He said, my children don't know what a good Father I am. They haven't experienced how perfect I am. Right now, they are scrambling. They're woken up, and they're scrambling because it says in my word, you remember my covenant I made with you, then I will remember you. So these people are scrambling, and many of them are very angry. You have no place, none, to be ridiculing them. These are God's children. The Lord said they are scrambling. They're reaching out for me in the best way they know how. How are they going to know how to love when they haven't experienced love in thousands of years? They have been separated from me. They're trying to reach back to me. He said, pray for them. Pray for them. Even if you don't agree that they are Hebrew Israelites, if you are a Christian, claim to be, then pray for them. That's what Jesus says to do. Pray for your enemies. Well, guess what? They're not your enemies. The Hebrew Israelites are the reason why salvation was brought to the world, through their failure. We, the rest of us, have been grafted in. It's all in Scripture. I don't have the Bible with me, so I can't look it up, and I'm really bad with my memory. But I'm speaking truth. Scripture. Okay? Shame on you, America. Calling them the worst hate group in America. When we, as Americans, America has raped, murdered, made them property. God's children. You know what else the Lord told me? If you are Hebrew and you're watching, bless you. I'm praying for you. Those that are angry, I'm praying for you. Those that are hurting, I'm praying for you. Those that are reaching out, wondering, what does this mean? What do I do? I'm praying for you. And the Lord is coming back. He's coming for you. He's coming for you. Vengeance is mine. Don't worry about all this. Just focus on me. Read my words. Listen to my words. Listen to my son. Listen to my son. Go back. Come back to the covenant. Come back into my arms. Listen. I love you. I'm coming for you. Don't worry about everybody else. I got it. That's what he's saying. Bless you. Israel, bless you. The true Israel, bless you.
Now, you listen to that and it's, I don't know how anybody would not be convinced. She's citing scripture, talking about how other people or people from her ethnic background or race were actually grafted in because of the error of the chosen people of God. But God did not forsake his people. He is the same yesterday, today, and forever. And the chosen people in that time, and that's why you've heard me say, I don't think that anyone can preach the Bible in the true context, in the actual context, in the correct context, without identifying who the true chosen people of God are and which is the promised land. Everything that we say out of the Bible is out of context if we don't identify those two things. And so I feel like in the times that we're in, that is going to become a very integral part of anything we say that is related to God or related to the Bible. It's going to become an integral part, because I just don't see how anybody can preach the Bible or the gospel in the correct context without those two things being identified. But, the testimony of this woman is moving. It's so convincing. It's so moving. And I don't know what else to say. I think it just explains itself. And so I'm glad personally that I'm running into these materials, because they are confirming more and more and more and more. And so I share these for those of you out there who are still skeptical. But also, one of the things that I would like to bemoan, to really register here, is my disappointment. I want to register my disappointment because you do have even Pentecostal preachers or even Baptist preachers. But in this particular case, I'm pointing at Pentecostal preachers. There's a reason why I'm doing that. That still condemn these people who are saying they're Israelites, still question their claim. And yet These things are in scripture. These things are in the Bible. And we're even asking ourselves now, how come these people who preach the gospel have not seen these things in the Bible? Why is that? Is it spiritual blindness? What is it? Because it's a straightforward issue. But anyway, I don't want to delve too much into that. We'll keep talking and ironing out these things. But I think I've shared also in a previous video where I was talking to a very good friend of mine who is a believer, a Christian, loves God, believes in the Bible, studies the Bible. And I asked him, why do you think that the big shot of the Bible, Bible preachers, Pentecostal preachers, or even Baptist preachers, or other kinds of preachers, people who are big in preaching, have not touched on this thing? And having said that, I'm just reminded now, let me even show you a clip, because there's another major servant of God who actually hinted that the chosen people of God and Jesus Christ himself was black. Watch this clip by Billy Graham.
Don't you black people ever forget one thing. The man that helped Jesus carry that cross was a black man. And don't ever forget another thing. Jesus belongs to Africa as much as he does to Europe and Asia. He was born in that part of the world that touches Africa and Asia and Europe, and Jesus was not a white man like me, nor was he as black as some of you. We don't know what the color of his skin, but it must have been a dark color like the people of his day, because he was a man like them. Don't ever say it's a white man's religion or a black man's religion. It's a world religion. He belongs to the world.
So there again you have it. Now Billy Graham himself saying that Jesus Christ's cross was carried by a black man, and makes it clear Jesus was not white. Now I don't know whether he was trying to avoid saying it, that Jesus was black. I don't know. But that's precisely what he was insinuating. And I need to add here, I like the point that she made, that especially African Americans, and obviously she speaks exclusively about African Americans because those are the people that she has encountered. But if you go outside of the United States, you see African people, how they've been treated in Brazil, in France, wherever they have gone, how they have been treated and pushed into communities where they are poor and suffering and always needy. It's really a sad thing to see. But she pointed out African Americans, that those people, God told her, they don't know what love is. People don't show them love. They've never been shown love. Everywhere they have gone, which reminds me of what LeBron James said. Why does America not love us? Why? Because America has benefited from the labor of these people. They play basketball, bring money for this country, boost the economy. You have runners, athletes that run for America, soccer players, basketball players, they've put America on the map. And all of these things, they make money for this country. And still you don't love these people? My God. I don't know. I don't know what to say. That level of inhumanity is crazy. It's indescribable. You can't describe that spirit. But it all goes to confirm, and I'm going to do a video shortly to prove the point that I'm making right now. It all goes to prove that dark-skinned African people, black people, are the most humane people on earth. And I'm coming back to do another video on that one, like tomorrow, ASAP. Because some people have even branded African American women, calling them the angry black woman. Even the titles that you have given these people, even those titles, you still want to add more titles to dehumanize them even further. Oh my God. You talk about the grafting in of other people into the salvation of the people that are chosen by God. All of those things are self-explanatory. The book of Romans explains those things very, very well. You just start to wonder why preachers don't teach these things. So people can know, people can be enlightened. Their salvation can be strengthened. So they know their history. So that they're not bound to repeat the same mistakes. Even as Marcus Garvey said, that the people who don't know their history are bound to repeat those mistakes.
If you're one of those people that you got problem with black people or whatever, you better shut your mouth. Because they're God's people. You better hear what I'm saying to you. You better shut your white mouth. You better shut your white mouth. I'm not kidding you. I know some of you was raised in the deep south and you was raised by prejudiced people and bigoted people. You better get that out of your system. You better get it out of your system. It'll cause you to suffer right along with those masters. It'll cause you to suffer right along with them. These are God's people. And I know that there's wicked in white races and wicked in black races and all that. I'm not justifying none of that stuff. I'm just saying God knows what happened to the black race. He knows how they wound up over here, and God is going to reimburse the black people for all their trouble and all their labor. You watch what I tell you.
So there you have it. And just a few more things to say before I wind down or say bye. You know, when he talks about the vengeance of God, God taking vengeance on behalf of his people, it's a very straightforward issue. It's a very straightforward issue. One of the things that, I've learned in life is that, when somebody who calls on the name of God is going through a bad moment or is suffering for some reason, it could be a period of time that God has appointed for him, because everything is appointed in our lives. The worst thing that you can do is take advantage of them. The worst thing that you can do is take their property, take their things and abuse them, which is exactly what our friends from Europe did to dark-skinned people when God was taking them through a chastisement or a punishment for not following his instructions, for not obeying him. That's the worst thing you can do. What we ought to do is, when people like that are going through difficult times, is to have mercy on them, be compassionate towards them, not to take advantage of them and make things worse for them. That's the worst thing you can ever do for yourself. And we see that the time that we're in, it's inevitable. We can see the signs all over that God is about to thunder. You can see it, that God is about to thunder. And he makes it clear. Those of you that condemn these people, you're better off just shutting your mouth. And that's, more people need to speak up, because people are going to get into trouble with God for speaking carelessly against the people that he has chosen. But anyway, all these videos are self-explanatory. I just wanted to present them to you as further evidence, and we'll continue to talk and find more evidence, convincing proofs that the dark-skinned people, so-called black people, are the chosen people of God. And God is restoring them. You can see the signs everywhere. God is restoring them. I want to thank you for joining me once again. Have a blessed one. Have a good one. Have a good day. And I'll see you on the next one. Bye-bye for now.